ये है दिल्ली। दिल्ली आ चुका है, दिल्ली का रेलवे स्टेशन। तो वही व्यस्तता, वही जो है भीड़ भाड़ और वही लोग। ये प्लेटफॉर्म नंबर 1 है और यहाँ पर जो है अभी जस्ट राजधानी से हम लोग उतरे हैं। पूरे टाइम जो है अनाउंसमेंट होता रहता है, 15-20 जो है कम से कम प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं और कहीं ना कहीं के लिए गाड़ी पूरे भारत के लिए यहाँ से होती हुई जाती है। कुछ ना कुछ हलचल, कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ और कुछ ना कुछ होता ही रहता है इस दिल्ली में। दिल्ली है सबका दिल और दिल्ली है देश की राजधानी।
Guys, this is not just a journey of distance, but it's a journey of purpose. From the heart of Ahmedabad to the capital of the nation, Delhi, carrying with us the spirit of innovation, mentorship, and change. Every step forward reminds us of the mission we carry to nurture young minds, to empower students, and to stand as proud mentors of change under the Atal Innovation Mission. The journey is fulfilled with excitement, anticipation, and pride, knowing that we represent not just ourselves but an entire community of change makers.
So ये यहाँ की लोकल है, if you can check it out. मेट्रो स्टेशन 100 मीटर्स और ये जो है शुरुआत से यही लिखा हुआ है, मेट्रो स्टेशन 100 मीटर्स और मेट्रो स्टेशन 2 मिनट्स। जबकि जो है मैं 50 मीटर से ज़्यादा चल चुका हूँ, फिर भी अभी यही दिखाता है कि 100 मीटर्स। ये जो है यहाँ पर प्लेटफॉर्म का जो है एंडिंग पॉइंट है, यहाँ तक प्लेटफॉर्म होते हैं और इस दिल्ली के अंदर में देयर आर अराउंड 16 प्लेटफॉर्म्स टोटल। सो दिस इज़ द प्लेस जहाँ पर हमको जाना है, 16 प्लेटफॉर्म की तरफ पर। अब थोड़ी सी लोगों की भीड़ दिखी, थोड़े से लोग दिखे और ये जो प्लेटफॉर्म है यहाँ पर 8 नंबर से 16 नंबर तक के प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं यहाँ पर। तो दिल्ली देश का दिल, बहुत सारी गाड़ियाँ पूरे भारत के लिए प्रस्थान करती हैं। ये है दिल्ली का क्राउड और दिल्ली के लोग और ये अब जो है एस्केलेटर और ये हम पहुँच गए हैं टुवर्ड्स मेट्रो स्टेशन। जो मेट्रो स्टेशन का लोकेशन, ये जो है यहाँ का मैदान विहंगम ज़बरदस्त। ये है देश की राजधानी, देश का दिल और इसका इतना बड़ा टैक्सी स्टैंड, इतना बड़ा लोकेशन मेट्रो स्टैंड के लिए और इतनी सारी भीड़। जो है हम अभी एस्केलेटर से नीचे उतरते हुए और बाहर निकलते हुए और ये जो है ज़बरदस्त लोकेशन, ये मेट्रो स्टेशन में पहुंच चुके हैं। यहाँ पर कोई ना कोई किसी को हाथ ही हिला रहा है और कोई ना कोई किसी को बुला रही रहा है। टैक्सी वाले, होटल वाले, बहुत बड़ा बिजनेस है, टूरिस्ट बिजनेस। दिल्ली के अंदर में रोज़ के लाखों लोग नए आते हैं। सो दिल्ली इज़ अ हब, पूरे भारत का आपको कोई ना कोई आदमी यहाँ मिल ही जाता है। ये यहाँ का भोजनालय और ये मेट्रो स्टेशन का प्रवेश। देखिए ये है जी दिल्ली की मेट्रो और यह जो है मेट्रो ट्रेन, कई मेट्रो ट्रेन जो है हज़ारों लाखों लोगों को उनके गंतव्य स्थान पर पहुंचाती है। वी आर गोइंग फ्रॉम दिस ट्रैक। यहाँ की भीड़, सुबह की भीड़, दिन में बहुत भीड़ हो जाती है और ये है यहाँ का प्लेटफॉर्म जहाँ पर अभी मेट्रो आने वाली है। ये है जो है यहाँ की मेट्रो, दिल्ली मेट्रो, वेरी फेमस। और ये जो है दूसरी तरफ की मेट्रो जहाँ पर जो आने वाली है, ये आ गई मेट्रो। वाह, वेरी फास्ट सर्विस। और जो है इस वक्त के अंदर में हम पहुँच चुके हैं नीति आयोग की तरफ। ये है नीति आयोग, नीति आयोग भवन, अंदर का गेट। बस यही वो जगह है जहाँ से सारी पॉलिसीज़ वगैरह सारी कुछ ड्रिवन होती है। सो दिस इज द प्लेस। सो फाइनली रीच्ड। गुजरात टीम आ गई है, जम्मू कश्मीर टीम आ गई है और जो है तमिलनाडु से भी आ चुके हैं नायर जी, और आप सॉरी दिल्ली से। सो दिल्ली वाले तो सबसे पहले पहुँचने। थैंक यू। सुबह के 10 बज चुके हैं और इस वक्त के अंदर में 10 बजे में इतने सारे RMOCs पूरे देश भर से, न जाने कौन कौन सी स्टेट से। हेलो, हाउ आर यू? वाओ, वेरी नाइस, वेलकम वेलकम। So there are so many new guys, new faces, new RMOCs and big number.
Such a strong community of mentors, our extended team out there helping out schools and students every day when we can't reach them the way you can reach them. So thank you so much. A huge round of applause for all that you've done so far. Many other tinkering labs, and my answer is always no. We are 150 strong. We have 125 regional mentors of change. We have 125 regional teachers of change, and then 5 of us here. But of course, the main power lies with all of you in whatever you're doing out there for us. Thank you so much. We really feel indebted with the kind of work you're doing and really helping us in terms of giving that kind of guidance and mentoring to schools, which is so needed. Innovation being so new, still being so new, even though we started this journey back in 2016, we still feel we are way behind in terms of getting our schools, especially in rural areas, in government schools, up on that level and spectrum where we want them to be. And without your support, without you taking on so many initiatives that we can just imagine and sort of develop at a central level, but we can't execute it without your support. Let me call out one of our RMOCs, Vijay ma'am was saying, there is a Sathi institution ready, please get it done. So we are, trying to catch up, and you all are so actively, building on that community of Sathi institutions for us. It's really the way to sustainability for us, and I believe that more and more of such Sathi institutions, and we depend on you for bringing more of them.
But thank you truly everyone for being with us.
Thank you.
Across India, enabling 1.1 crore students. This would not have been possible without our mentors of change, who enabled, guided and mentored our young innovators to think, ideate and think.
6,200 mentors, 125 regional mentors, 5,000 plus hours of mentoring, 479 plus cities in India.
Mentors are building the capacity of India and fostering the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Of the RMOC and GEM, and they have been selected for 2 years from FY 2025-2027. This is the state-wise distribution, sir. You have heard today that all of the states have almost present. On the right-hand side, you are seeing those states where they are yet to receive an RMOC. But all of them have committed that they have ensuring the mentoring in these states while they are there, or the virtual mentorship. So these are the initiatives Bikali has already mentioned, but just to get through what you all have done for us is definitely first one, and the topmost is the ATL Sathi by RMOCs. 90% of the ATL Sathi which is being driven for Atal Innovation Mission is being done by RMOCs only. So out of 2,500 odd schools, we have 1,900 of them which have been brought under ATL Sathi by RMOCs. So thank you first of all for that. They are also driving state level hackathons. We have done in Tamil Nadu, Chhattisgarh, Kerala, Jammu and Kashmir, etc., etc. All of them driven by RMOCs only. They are also having some knowledge hub sessions like mentorship by the mentor and for the mentor kind of the sessions, which they regularly do for in a month. And then we have an entity called Tinkerpreneur, which is a digital bootcamp where the students are being connected to these mentors and they develop some digital prototypes like websites, blogs, apps, etc. One such community which has emerged out of Tinkerpreneur is fantastic community called as Tinker Channel. So these are the student mentors, so to say. This is a community of 100 odd students who are mentoring the other students. They are something like a level up with the other students and driving these mentoring sessions for the students. Mega Tinkering Day, again a big thank you, where approximately 700 of you have signed up for going into different schools on that particular day and ensure that Mega Tinkering Day has achieved what it has achieved today. And all of you have already been associated with the School Innovation Marathon evaluation, so they do evaluation for us for School Innovation Marathon around the year as well. So ATL 2.0, as I have already stated, 50,000 more ATLs are coming up in the government schools. Mentorship will definitely be a focus area upcoming in the next 5 years. And the connecting ATLs with higher education institutions, you might be already being doing via ATL Sathi, but if you are connected with any of the higher. Okay, so each RMOC has been upgraded not to take only 3 areas, they have to take 8 areas as the mapping point of view, but they are taking care of whole of the region where they are situated. For the formal connections, these are 1000 areas by 125 RMOCs, and this is the month-wise, quarter-wise roadmap for all of them. They have already started going into the schools and checking whether the schools are doing good or they need some kind of a mentorship, and then they will be driving ATL Sathi, submitting the visit reports to us. They will be doing the state level hackathon by themselves, by the RMOCs only, and we will be happy to introduce from the next year onwards as the national mentor of change, where we will be picking up something like 40-50 odd mentors who can work with us very closely in driving ATL policies all together. So this is the roadmap we have given to them for acquainting them for the whole year program and kind of keeping them busy. Please, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shubham, NITI Aayog. First, thank you all for coming. I must tell you, since I'm Vinod, Shubham created a very nice speech. And I must distribute it to you because it's probably one of the best drafted speeches I've seen.
Wow.
But I'm not going to read this. And I'll tell you why I don't want to read this. Today is not about speeches.
Yes.
The energy in this room is about the heart. It's about the soul.
Indeed.
I must tell you, when I was seeing those young kids and our young entrepreneurs putting up banners, thanking each one of you, I felt you are probably doing one of the most satisfying jobs. You're changing lives and you're actually creating innovation.
Thank you.
You know, the first time I saw it, 12th August, you had all organized that big thing, and I went into that room and I didn't know much about it. And frankly, I didn't expect so much of it. I went into that room, there were these screens. The energy was unbeatable.
Great. Yes.
Even someone like me who is both his feet going into the grave could actually feel that energy of the youth in all of you which you have created. You've done a tremendous job.
Thank you.
It is just an amazing job which has happened. And I remember when I was asked to get onto the job, my previous job was also something similar, but that had to do with startups and investments. And I was told that we are already going to be working on the world's largest grassroots innovation program. What you all have created already is the world's largest grassroots innovation program.
Very good.
This week. That is what you're running. And I think for all of you it has just begun. As you've just seen, you've done 10,000. Now you do 50,000 more schools. And you know, on that day on the 12th, when I had 4,73,000 students for that 1 hour together, I think you could just shake the planet with the energy which was there. And this is all created by each one of you. It's amazing what you've done. So they mentioned a little to you about AIM 2.0, the Atal Innovation Mission 2.0. The cabinet has now restructured it. And we are coming up with a new thing that's happening in the sector. So one is the ATL schools. Okay. And I'll have some comments on that and some observations which I will share. The second is, this is at the school level, you pick up all these good youngsters which are there. And what you are doing now is trying to get them something to do right away to participate in India's development. Whatever problem they are going to solve out. From there, we have Vidasta and Ashish with us. They already have the world's largest ownership of incubators. They will be opening more incubators. So from there, one of the things which we would like each one of you to do is to get closely associated with the incubators which are in the region close to you. They can be Atal incubators where we can help you. There can be other incubators too, which you can connect with, and if there are issues, we have all there to help you to do it. You have to build that young entrepreneur with that idea to make it into a businessman. Actually, it's not just going there and helping them with that small little thought. It is your responsibility to handhold them to create it into a business. We are there to help you. Now, what do I want from each one? This is my request. We have to deepen, we are calling them tinkering labs, but frankly, these are the innovation hubs. Each one of you has a number of these innovation hubs you have close to you. We have to make them more active into an innovation. That means, for example, we had floods in certain parts of the country, the Gurgaon floods. Always felt our youngsters from school are the best to give you a solution on how to sort it out to the government. So each one of you can bring up those local challenges which are there, have the young innovators work with you to provide the solutions to the system and the government to be able to take it forward. That's the first part. The second part, please map the businesses around your area, especially the small enterprises. Very, very important. Please look at this carefully. Whatever it be, it could be a young, small little foundry, it could be the women's health group making something which can be done. Have these young entrepreneurs involved with them in coming up solutions. Or if it is papad coming out from Rajasthan, why can't that be made into a globally well-recognized product? How can it be, how can you do the supply chain, how you can change the packaging, how you can make it more sustainable, or how you start exporting it, how you connect it. Each one of you can make that happen. Very important. And the third connectivity which I want your help from, which are the other higher educational institutions close to you? An engineering college, a medical college, an agricultural college. How can we link up these young innovation thinkers to each of these? So there could be 10 with one college. If you map it out in your area, if you are having a challenge, let us know. We'll be more than happy to see what we can do or help you connect. If you create this web, just think the power of everyone which you are doing. Now is my second request. I'm sorry I have a lot to ask. The reason why I have a lot of requests for all of you is because now this entire thing which you all have done is all well recognized. Now we have to take it to a completely different level of nation building. The second request which I have from you, you've done a phenomenal job, and I keep telling my team this, but you've not told the people what you've done. You have not told your story. Your story and the story of those young entrepreneurs. Collectively, we have to tell the world your story. Of each one of you. And it's very simple in today's world. Each one of you can create, each one of you can create your videos of what you are doing. What I would ideally love it if we can just have each one of you at least one video a week of what you're doing there, of those youngsters. Or there is a tweet which any one of you do, we all retweet it. Each one of your youngsters and innovators also they're actually more active on tweets than I am. They can retweet it. These stories, these solutions, what you're doing has to be shared. And for all you know, some other country in the world might just look for that solution which you have. In the afternoon you will have Sanjeev Bichchandani. Yes. Sanjeev Bichchandani created Naukri.com. First. And then I think you should ask him about Jeevan Sathi, you should ask him about Policy Bazaar, you should ask him about Zomato.
Yes.
And what else should you ask him? He's done a lot of things. Incidentally, he and I were together in Stanford College. And this is what he told me when I was coming into this job. He said, partner, no one knows the amazing story which has happened. So you all have to find a way to make it happen. I don't have nothing. I know I'm running out of time. Shubham, Dipali and everybody are getting very restless because there's so much more to do. But these were the main things of some of the things which I wanted to share with you. Telling the story is very important. They will also tell you now they're wanting up the game. But we want to now wanting to see the impact of the stories which you have created. That impact is good. And now as the day will progress, you will see that they are wanting now to do something where all of you will now have to really do it in a totally different manner.
Yes.
But keep in mind that the scale is now going to change enormously.
Great.
But with that, thank you so much for being
Thank you.
And I know it's not easy to be here at 10:30 in the morning. The traffic is awful. So you all will be waking up at some unearthly hour. Next time when we do this, maybe we do it start in the afternoon. Or 12 o'clock. It'll be easier for everyone. Right?
Then for 2 days, sir.
I'm happy. I just wanted to see that you guys do it.
No, this time is apt actually.
That is okay. You all decide how you want to do it. But let's start. We're going to do it a little more often. We can't just do it annually, but at least twice a year because so much is happening.
Yes.
And we will have this family becoming larger. So I'll keep coming back to you. And I'm waiting to hear from all of you as to what needs to be done, where we can help you to do it more. What you expect from us and what you're going to give to us in the next few months. Thank you again. Will you share this speech with me?
Yeah, definitely.
सर जी आपको सभी की तरफ से हम आपको वेलकम करते हैं. थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड बिग वेलकम टू ऑल ऑफ टू लीड दिस कंप्लीट इकोसिस्टम. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Like, we can record it.
Of course, you should. Yeah. Very good.
Good idea.
You'll send it to me. So, I hope you all know that this is one of his closest programs.
Oh, yes.
I hope you all know that.
Yes, yes.
And it is a program he reviews personally on a regular basis.
Really?
Yes.
Great.
Personally, he reviews this
Wow.
program.
We didn't know that.
की बात भी चलती है.
Okay, yes. This is
Great.
one of his closest programs.
Thank you so much, sir.
Can I just speak to you?
So, guys, after the first session of introduction of each mentor and then a welcome note by the program lead, by the innovation lead, and by the mission director, we all were supposed to go for the brainstorming sessions. And this was one of the most engaging moments where we all have done this sessions for creating a sensor-based model. The energy in the room reflected the power of collaboration and teamwork. Together, we all the teams have explored the possibilities, changed assumptions, and shaped concepts into workable ideas. More than the model itself, it was the spirit of teamwork and innovation that made the experience truly memorable. It was a true display of creativity where every mentor contributed ideas, insights, and solutions.
रूम नंबर 136 दक्षिण रूम है इस रूम का. और हमारा यहाँ पर जो है ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग सेशन हो चुका है. ये सेकंड लाल जी है और बहुत बढ़िया सेशन रहा. 2 ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग सेशन रहे. यहाँ पर हमारा हैप्पी लंच भी रहा और इस वक्त बज रहे हैं बराबर 2 और हम लोग अब पहुँच रहे हैं दोबारा रूम नंबर 122 में. नाउ वी गाइस आर हेडिंग टुवर्ड्स द अनदर रूम. दिस इज द कॉरिडोर वेयर ऑल द डिग्निटरीज आर हैविंग देयर ऑफिसेस इंक्लूडिंग all of them, you know. And from this corridor we are now moving towards room number 122. ये है नीति आयोग का भवन 122, जहाँ पर इस वक्त के अंदर में 2:30 बज चुके हैं और हम लोग इंतज़ार कर रहे हैं खाना खाने के बाद में विक चंदानी जी का. विक चंदानी जी आने वाले हैं और उसके पहले के सारे सेशंस हो चुके हैं. ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग सेशन, लंच हो चुका है और इस वक्त के अंदर में पूरे भारतवर्ष के आप देख सकते हो कि जो बड़े बड़े मेंटर्सों के भी मेंटर हैं, रीजनल मेंटर, वो यहाँ पर बैठे हुए हैं. देखिए big champs, and this is completely so they are a very excited team from Delhi. ये जरूर हमें yes. So देखिए यहाँ पर champions of the champions are here from across India.
Guys, I believe that India is a place where all the visionary people and those people who are big dreamers, they reside. But question is that out of 140 or 150 crores, how many of them are willing to share their experience, their heart with the people, having an intention to support others to grow in their life. They are nobody else but the mentors. In India, we have around 6,000 plus mentors, and all the mentors who have been associated with NITI Aayog for this noble cause, they all deserve a big salute. Why? Because across India, in the whole ecosystem of Atal Innovation Mission and Atal Tinkering Lab, everyone is being paid for their task. If I talk about from top to bottom, from a school ecosystem, from the stakeholders, from the organization, or from anyone, they all are paid for everything. This is the only mentor who is doing, supporting and growing the young minds from his pocket. He is not only putting his sweat or time or energy, but he is putting his money as well. I know that there are mentors who are driving for a few hours to few days and just for a vision to mentor young minds. So I really want to say that mentoring is not an easy job. Mentoring is a noble profession. Mentoring in India is being taken very casually. But if we talk about abroad, mentoring is possible on a chargeable basis at a heavy cost. Even if we go and have a consultation with chartered accountant, with advocate, with doctor, they charge a heavy amount. And mentors as well, they charge. But here in NITI Aayog, in this ecosystem, all the mentors who are here supporting for the noble cause, they are spending money from their pocket and not charging, not asking, not expecting even 1 rupee from the ecosystem. There are so many mentors who are religiously, willingly, dedicatedly, passionately putting their heart to grow the young minds. They are professionals, they are entrepreneurs, they are businessmen, they are working, they are from different walks of life, but each one of them do have a pure intention of sharing their knowledge and wisdom with the young minds and those kids who are really not aware that what kind of blessings, what kind of teachings, what kind of wisdom they are getting from these mentors is just priceless. This was a precious moment for me for taking selfies with all those change makers who are really working hard day and day out. So this was my one of the joyful parts of the roundtable meet for capturing countless selfies with fellow mentors. Each picture, each smile, each face holds a story, a bond, and a shared commitment to shape young minds. These golden memories will always remind us of the laughter, of the moments, of the time, of the joy we spend, and the pride we carry as a regional mentor of change. Thank you very much to all the mentors for coming together with a smile for a selfie.
I hope you remember it. From 100 acres, how many acres? 99 acres. To the job which you want at Naukri.com.
Yes.
To every time you order your food on Zomato.
Wow.
And I just named a few.
Wow.
And one very interesting thing I remember when we asked him that how does he pick up his first idea which he gave. And I must tell you, he was one of the few from our college who got into IIM. And then got one of the best jobs in the country which you could. He left that, went to a small garage at his parents' house, actually, and started. So it's a fascinating story, and what I told Sanjeev, each one of the people here are converting ideas into successful businesses of all young entrepreneurs across the country. These are the mentors. Sanjeev, this is the room which is the foundation and the creator of a new India. they ever want to do.
Yes.
And what we want to hear from you this afternoon, if you want to tell us something, we'll hear that. But what we want to hear more is what is it we should be doing with these young entrepreneurs to ensure that their ideas are successful.
Got it. Okay, so I look back on my school days. So I would have been around 12 years old.
Okay.
When I first got the notion that maybe I should start a company sometime in my life.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, see, we are all daydreamers, right?
Yes.
I was a daydreamer too, I still am. And my best daydreaming came when I was on the bus coming home from school. I would sit and stare out of the window and just daydream. So when I was 10 years old, my father was in the government. So, my father was in the government, he was a doctor. And we used to live in the flats government flats at Satyamarg, Chanakapuri.
Okay.
Right? And school, and this is 1970, 71 की बात है. I must be 7, 8 years old, 10 years old, whatever. And Chanika cinema तभी बना. Chanika cinema just been built. It is now a mall, but that time it was cinema.
Okay.
So in those days, our parents didn't encourage us to see movies. They were considered to be a bad influence. We were supposed to read, write, study, play games.
Okay.
So घर पे TV नहीं था.
Okay.
We could see a movie once in 3-4 months. So it was a privilege, rare thing. So मुझे याद है, I was 9 or 10 years old. I think I was 10 years old, maybe 9 years old, when I saw the film Hathi Mere Saathi.
Yes. जी.
I came back completely starry-eyed, saying मैं बड़ा होकर Rajesh Khanna बनूँगा. So that was my first career dream, I remember.
Okay.
Right? Next year, so colony में 5-6 TVs थे in various houses. हमारे घर में नहीं था. So a friend of mine had a television set, black and white. Doordarshan would come, back then it was called All India Radio. It would come maybe 3-4 hours a day. So for the first time, there was a live telecast of a cricket test match. The MCC team, the English team was visiting India. And so Delhi ka jo test tha, that was telecast live in, in Delhi. It was not national telecast, so satellite nahi the. There wasn't a network, it was just a local TV station. So Delhi ka test match dekhne ko mila on TV. So we went and parked, it was winter holidays, we went and parked in my friend's house for 5 days and we watched the game morning to evening.
Oh yeah.
At the end of that, I said, Rajesh Khanna nahi, main Sunni Gaon se banunga. So my dream changed, right? Now of course, within 6 months of saying I'll be Rajesh Khanna, I figured I couldn't be Rajesh Khanna. Within 6 months of saying I'll be Sunni Gaon, I figured I couldn't be Sunni Gaon, I didn't have that talent or commitment. Also, sports was not a serious option as a career in those days. From the kind of family background that I came, you have to study hard, you have to be an engineer, you have to do, all those things, right? Somewhere around, I think class 7, 1975, I saw a cover story on a magazine. So India Today had just been launched, Business India had just been launched. So the magazine would come home, and I read a cover story. I think the cover story may have been a feature, I don't know, but it was a profile of D.R.D. Tata.
Okay.
So I read that, and I said, wow, okay, I think I should start a company.
Great.
Right? Now that dream didn't go away.
Okay.
It stayed. By the time I was in class 11, I was articulating it to friends that one day, now we didn't use the word entrepreneurship in Andhra. Those were big words, we didn't know what they meant.
Yeah.
Do business.
Right.
A business started.
जी.
So by the time I was in class 11, I was in section A and he was in section D.
Great.
In school, and I was sitting next to the most brilliant boy in our class. Well, we had many brilliant boys, one of the most brilliant boys in our class. Back was Vinod Karnavati.
अच्छा.
And he was a very bright guy, and he asked me, so what would you do after school? What would you do in life? So I said, I don't know what I want to do in college, and also I know eventually I want to start a company. So for the first time, I articulated it publicly to a friend. He said, okay. And I said, what do you want to do? He said, I want to go to AIMS and be a doctor. He went to AIMS, brilliant guy, he went to AIMS. Right? It took me some time, but eventually I started a company. Now, we had never heard, we had heard the word mentoring, but nobody ever used it. We didn't know what it meant, we didn't know any of that. Right? But, I didn't have a single mentor. But I had multiple mentors, I would call them that, but a large number of people who gave me advice when I asked them. First piece of advice I got, which I think was a little life-altering to me. So I was the youngest in the family, and my brother is 7 years older than me, my sister is 9 years older than me. So my brother went to IIT Kanpur, then went to iamvinodtiwari. Then went to iamvinodtiwari. And after working for 1 year in industry, he quit his job and said, look, I don't want a career in the corporate sector in India. And he went to do a PhD from Stanford University in economics and then became a professor at UCLA. So, ये 81 की बात है, I had just joined college. And my brother and 5 of his IMA classmates were doing the same thing, quitting their careers in the corporate sector after 1 year of working and going to the US for a PhD, for scholarships. And they all came, had the visa interview the same day, and then they all came to our house for lunch.
Okay.
And at that time we were staying in Tiwari, which is now demolished and reconstructed, but that time there were flats, but not the tall apartment blocks. And I asked them, what is wrong with you? You guys have been to Ahmedabad, you've got a great career ahead of you in the corporate sector, what is your problem? Why are you doing this? Throwing away your career and going to do a PhD. And one of them told me this. He said, we made a mistake of our lives. I said, what? He said, we did an MBA straight from college. And we did it because we wrote the exam, they wrote the exam, we got it. We didn't know what life would be like working in the corporate sector. And we therefore didn't know, we didn't want that life. So, my advice to you is, don't do an MBA straight after college. Work for 2-3 years and then do it. A, you'll be clear you want this career. B, you'll learn more from your MBA after having worked for 3 years or 2 years, because then you can relate what's said in the classroom. You can relate it to the real world because you've experienced it. And remember, the best business schools in the world, the top 5 in the world, are all in the US, and they all insist on 2-3 years of experience prior to. They don't give you admission. So there's a reason for that. So this took about 5 minutes, that's it. The casual conversation. But to my recollection, it was a great, for me, act of mentoring. Why? Because I acted upon it. What I did was, I got into IIM after college. I also got a job at Lintas, the ad agency, straight after college. And I did not take the IIM admission. I went to work at Lintas. And I think that was one of the best decisions of my life. After 3 years, I wrote the exam again and then got it again. And then I went.
Wow.
Okay. Now, this little thing, just a casual conversation. It was not a formal mentoring session, we didn't call it mentoring. I just asked him, what's in front of me? You know, why are you quitting? And going. And he gave me the reason, and then he appended his advice. And it made a lot of sense to me, especially the logic as to why. And the fact that the best business schools in the world don't take people out of experience. And he said, culturally in India, we are all risk averse. Therefore, parents will push you. पहले पढ़ाई कर लो, फिर काम करो. और अगर आपको admission मिल जाए, तो you don't take it, then it's a big thing, right? Why are you cutting it?
Yes.
So this simple act of mentoring altered the direction of my life. So we don't know when a casual conversation, a young person is listening, perhaps acting on it, perhaps joining the dots, perhaps making sense, perhaps listening and not acting on it. And it was just a conversation or suggestion, it was not a prescription. See, at the end of the day, every bright person has his own mind. We have invested in 140 startups. I keep talking to the founders to give their advice. But the truth is, 8 out of 10 things I say, they don't follow. What are they? Oh, correct. But no entrepreneur. Nobody becomes entrepreneur because he's looking for a new boss. And he's looking for prescriptions and directions. He's got his own ideas, his own mind. You are brainstorming. So I think the first act of maturity as a mentor is to reflect and recognize and accept then the person may not do what you are telling him to do or suggesting him. And he has no mind. Right? And if you don't accept that, you get frustrated. Well, 10 times you will not do what you say. Right? And if you accept that, it's fine. You got to understand मैं 10 चीजें बोलूँगा वो करेंगे वो ठीक है. पहले मेरे को बहुत when I did the first became request, I used to get upset. Yeah, why is he listening? But no. Then afterwards I realized that this is most cases. So keep talking. Maybe something, when he drops, he'll act on it. When it doesn't drop, move on. So I think that's the first thing we must recognize as mentors. The second thing, we must recognize as mentors is the best act of mentoring is when the person you are mentoring believes it's his idea. Even though it's your idea.
Yes.
The moment he or she believes that what's the idea, and they've forgotten that he gave the idea, it's the best. Because that's when they'll do it under the most condition. So your job as mentor is never to take credit. It is, he's done the right thing, he thinks it's his idea, fantastic.
Yes.
And I look back on this, we went public in 2006 as a company. 2005 में, I think one of India's best investors, he's not Indian, US passport holder, but from India. The gentleman called Ram Shriram wrote the second check into Google. Right? He's still on board of Google. He has invested in our company. And he would keep telling me, do this, and I would disagree and not do it. Then he changed his tactic. He simply made me meet 3 other people who had done what he had suggested. Right? And without telling me, this is why I'm making you meet them. Good guy, come to Delhi, meet him. Then meet him. So I met them, and I forget what exactly he had wanted me to do. But at the end of meeting 3 people, I said, I've got a fantastic idea. So it's my idea. Right? And we did what he told us to do, and it worked. But I came over to the idea. Then after that, reflecting, I said, yeah, those ideas. So as a mentor, very often, you will find that you're giving ideas, try different tactics. Because when lecture is, people don't listen.
Yes.
Those of us who have children, we recognize this.
Yes, sir.
I know my kids don't listen to me. So my daughter is doing her own startup, right? And she's working with weavers and doing apparel, based on Indian ethnic hand-woven fabric. And she sells it online, it's a brand called Tamarind Chutney. And she's not raised any money. It's a small business. They're breaking even, they're doing 10 lakhs a month, 12 lakhs a month. She's taking a small salary, 40-50,000 rupees. And she manages the personal expenses on that. And I keep telling her, why don't you take investment from me? See, I don't want venture money. Why? Because venture money will make me try to grow too fast. I want to go slowly.
Okay.
But this is a 20-30 year business. So I take all the wrong decisions to keep my investors happy. So I said, why don't you take money from me? I'll just put it and then we'll see. I'm patient. She says, no. Why? She says, I don't want my investors sitting at a dining table every day. telling me what to do. Right? So people often don't listen. It's okay. Right? But you as a mentor have to keep plugging at it. And you buckshot study. अब 10 लोगों को mentor कर रहे हो, उनको 10 चीजें बोल रहे हो, 100 चीजें होंगी. अगर 100 में से 10 होंगी ना, that's a good achievement. As a mentor, they won't always listen, and it's okay because everybody has their own minds. But मेरे को 2-3 साल after we learned to invest, it took me 2-3 years to understand this. 3 साल इसमें फंसे. मैं बोल रहा हूँ, I've done it before, I can see why is it listening.
Yes.
So little story. Not to be told very well after the school. So we invested in Zomato.
Okay.
Zomato has been our best investment. It's now market cap over 3 lakh crores. It's more valuable than our company. So Deepinder Goyal was 28 years old when I met him first, and we did our first check. This is 2010. After 2-3 years, he said, we are expanding overseas. So I said, why? He says, no, India is a small market. I said, don't be daft. India is a very big market. आपको लगता है but थोड़ा हो जाएगा, give it time. No, we are launching in London next week. They went and launched 14 countries. Each time against my advice. But I would say, you don't understand the resources, you don't understand the capital requirements, not funded well enough. Establish your brand in India, become profitable in India first, and then, right? Each time they disregarded me. And each time I was right. But we kept investing. We stopped the investment. हमने 4 राउंड शुरू किए, फिर 5वां राउंड में 6वां राउंड पार्टिसिपेट किया. Around 2018, he came to me. They had just raised $180 million from Ant Financial. And he came to me and he said, we are launching food delivery. See, prior to 2018, they were not food delivery, they were just restaurant listing. And we're going to blow up this 180 million within 12 months in food delivery. So, we're going to heart attack. I said, blow up 180 million in 1 year? Yes, because that's the only way we can fight Swiggy. Swiggy is got national behind it, so we need big money, and we have to spend big money, and then we need more money. So I was really alarmed. But I think best. So they were insistent. Eventually I said, fine, go ahead. So 14 बार मैं सही था, and they didn't listen to me. 15 times they didn't listen to me. I was wrong, they were right. It was food delivery that built the company. It was food delivery that saved the company during COVID.
Yes.
So as a mentor, you have to accept. So जो गाली बनी है आज, is because they didn't listen to me the 15 times. So just understand as a mentor that I could be wrong. And the person who's, see, Deepinder is 20 years younger than me. The person who's 20 years younger than me would be right.
Yes.
But the truth is in the business environment, business world, there's so many uncertainties, right? Especially early stage. You think you know, but you may not know. We've been wrong so many times. But 140 पैसे कम से कम 20 कंपनियां मर गई हमारी. So we invested badly in those companies. It did not have invested, but it happened. We were wrong. So the third thing is understand that as a mentor, you could be wrong. You don't know everything.
First of all, it's a pleasure to be here with all of you.
Thank you.
And I think as mentors, you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
And the success of anything, who are putting in the eating. The fact that the government has decided to take 10,000 ATLs and make them 50,000 more means there is something in the program which is creating impact. A lot of it is tangible, but I think even more so is intangible. This is number one. So I think you play a very crucial role, and I'll come to that in a minute. And so I was hearing with a lot of interest to what Vichandani was saying. We are contemporaries of a similar era. So it is a very different world.
Yes.
I mean, let me tell you, since I'm motivated to tell my own story. Okay. So please do. He said that he went to Ahmedabad. I got admission to Ahmedabad. I went to the railway station and returned saying I will not sell soap.
Oh my God.
The old Delhi railway station, Ahmedabad is your middle age.
Yes.
So then you actually went. I had a friend of mine, both of us said, we are not going to spend our lives selling soap. And he tried to be an entrepreneur. And this is what? We don't know, 80, 83, 84, 85. Miserable times to be an entrepreneur. This was pre-liberalization India. So if you didn't know if your uncle or somebody else was not somebody somewhere, if you didn't know how to manage the processes, it was not easy. What people you are mentoring are living in a very different era. I think that's one big change that is there. As he said, what are the pretty similar background, all Sarkari types. I mean, what would a South Indian generally have a good education and have a good job? And that's what the world thinks. And when you say what is entrepreneur, the world looks back. There's no venture capital, there is no bank finance. If you don't have assets, you can mortgage, you don't get anything. It's a very different world. Today, the whole thing has changed.
Yes.
And I think what you need to do with the ATLs is actually, they know that the world is welcoming. You just need to ignite the spark.
Yes.
NITI is helping states prepare a lot of visions. And I've actually seen what is happening in various states. In Bihar, they conducted a survey. More than 40 lakh people filled the survey. Their expectations from the vision of Bihar in 2047. And guess what? 45% of the respondees said there should be at least one member in the family in government service in 2047. That's the vision. And so, till you actually break those mindsets, you are not going to become a developer.
True.
Governments can't make countries develop. It's the people who will make them develop.
Yes.
And people will develop the nation through enterprise.
Yes.
India is a successful nation because of its people. It's Indians who make India successful. Indians have succeeded globally. They have to now make India a success. I think that's the big story. And what you have as a role as mentors, it's not mentor is something which is not something which is a Western concept brought into us. If you look at our own Guru Shishya Parampara, the Gurukuls, etc., a Guru's job is to look at the student and train the person as per his or her needs.
Yes.
No two students will get the same instruction. It's not a classroom of 30 where everybody is taught the same thing. You are supposed to, that's why when you want to learn philosophy, they say go to a Guru, don't read a book. The reason is why you cannot learn higher order philosophy through a book. You need a Guru who will actually tailor it for you based on how much you are progressing, and then you do it. So in a way, as a mentor, you are a Guru in a very broad sense, not a Guru in a religious sense. To people you are mentoring. You are literally hand-holding, taking them to the journey, not just of entrepreneurship but of life. And getting a wife. Or a husband. When he said, how do you do this? Thank God he said, look for jugaad. He didn't say, look for a wife. So what I mean is, you have to help these youngsters. What happens is, at the age when they're in class 10, 12, they're throbbing with positivity, throbbing with creativity, and they have we can beat the world attitude. What society does is it crushes that attitude.
Yes.
By the time they're 30, they're gone. Okay. So I worked in Kashmir as a chief secretary. My job there, we started a program, Mission Use Kashmir. Catch a guy at the age of 15 and mentor him till they're 25. He will never become a militant or a terrorist.
Great.
It's that the age group may become a catchment for becoming. So instead of catching him, we will catch him.
Good.
So that's the way. Same thing with enterprise entrepreneur. See that spark within the individuals doesn't die. Keep it alive. Out of 100 kids who play in an 8-year, even if 20 have that spark going on, I think we're going to have a very, very different nation. The environment is extremely favorable outside. There is support coming from immense fronts. I mean, from venture capital, from family offices, people like Rick Chandani support a lot of entrepreneurs, and you people become something from zero, nothing to something. All kinds of stories are there. So just keep this going. 2, you cannot become an entrepreneur just because you have an idea. You need some skills, you need something. You also have to guide them. How do they become an entrepreneur later on in life? I think that's very, very important. If you have been through the journey yourself, you are far better placed to guide them. The best mentors have been entrepreneurs or risk takers themselves because they know how to do it. And this is one of my suggestions to Deepak who's here, that as the ATL program expands, within the entrepreneurship platform, which is the Anna Roy runs here, actually has got a huge population of mentors for any woman who wants to be an entrepreneur in the country.
Yes.
And they have done a huge national survey. What are the things which entrepreneurs want? And there is women, of course. And they've got about half a dozen things which are there. The usual stuff, credit, finance, this, that, etc. But actually, number one which comes is, whom do I go to ask? Mentorship.
Yes.
Actually, if you mentor things rightly, all the other things are there already in the system. And I think that's what people are missing. See that spark continues through college. Because after the ATL, they drop out of the ATL ecosystem. And there's no ATL ecosystem in college. How do they continue to sustain that? Create cohorts which keep in touch with each other. We are the civil servants, so we have batches. Can you create cohorts? Cohorts of ATLs in this district, cohorts of ATLs in this state. That they are in touch with each other. A lot will drop out, but the smart ones will keep in touch, push each other up. And something actually, I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday. Something actually fascinates me when you go and meet people in Bangalore. The beauty in Bangalore is, Bangalore doesn't have old wealth. When I was a kid, Bangalore was supposed to be a retired man's home. Pune and Bangalore were the top choices for retired bureaucrats, army men, etc. Today, thanks to that, anybody who's wealthy in Bangalore is a first generation wealth.
Wow.
You don't find contractors, builders, old wealth, old companies who made money in the First World War, Second World War. There's nothing of that sort. So they have a very different attitude, not just to enterprise, but towards the country.
Correct.
They talk about giving back to society, giving back to Bangalore city, mentoring people, investing in new startups. It's a very different attitude that Go and meet all these unicorns and all that in Bangalore. It's a very different mindset there. Not that it's not there in other places, but in other places the other thought processes are also there. You'll see old wealth in Calcutta, Mumbai. They think a bit differently. So Bangalore, it's all first generation middle class who suddenly done themselves successful, so they know it's still in their memory how they have broken, through the values. So they want to help others get over that. I think that's the role of mentorship. Whatever you have had discussions today, they're all hearing you loud and clear. I think that's the way. I think you have to create a club of entrepreneurs, a club of mentors with your youngsters. And I think technology has made life much, much more simple.
Yes.
When I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I wanted technology, in Zamrudpur near Lajpat Nagar, there used to be an NRDC, National Research Development Council, which would give flyers, 4 pages on various technology, fly ash brakes and fire kill brakes, and you would know how to make paracetamol. These used to be stuff, and then you have to buy technology from a CSIR lab and do all these things. This is a pre-internet era. Today, all those things have made life much easier.
Yes.
You can move on. And if India has to become Viksit Bharat, it is going to be through technology and enterprise, not through government, not through departments. It's going to be this. And I think the goal of the government is remove shackles, make government as light as possible. We have done something, we are not fully there, we are not fully there. But I'm sure, these kind of initiatives, and I urge, people, is a man who's bringing in a lot of private sector knowledge into this.
Yes.
I think that's the thing we need to do in 8 years. I mean, imagine 50,000 more 8 years. It's humongous. This is going to be the ecosystem of the future. So we need to create structures which can manage all that.
Yes.
So state level teams, district level teams, mentor bodies. I mean, I don't even think mentors need to come here. I mean, people should be able to have somebody, have an entrepreneur sitting in interior Orissa, I should be able to locate a mentor in Bhubaneswar, and then I connect, everything can be done virtually. So that becomes a local ecosystem, which we just nudge and facilitate and do that. I think that's a way forward. But extremely happy with you. And I'll take leave because I have to run to another end of the city. Right?
Behind every successful child, there is someone who believed in their potential. That is the true role of a mentor. Mentors are not here for personal benefits, name, or fame, but they are here to guide, to inspire, and to ignite young minds. With NITI Aayog, Atal Innovation Mission, all the mentors who have joined are getting no monetary benefits from NITI Aayog. They are here for volunteering their time, their energy, and their wisdom. Through Atal Tinkering Labs, mentors have become the bridge between knowledge and imagination, helping students turn their ideas into innovations. Across India, many dedicated mentors from different professions, from different walks of life, and from different regions are giving their time selflessly. They are inspiring children across India just to ask questions, to dream big, and to never stop exploring. This movement of Atal Tinkering Lab is not only a flag initiative, but it's a revolution. It is not about individuals, it is about the collective spirit. A spirit where every mentor becomes a torch bearer, lighting the way for the next generation of innovators. Whenever any of the success story will be recalled, all the mentors will be remembered every time. NITI Aayog's vision has created this platform, but it is the passion of mentors that brings it to life. Together, we all the mentors shaping not just innovators of tomorrow, but the future of India itself. Delhi has welcomed us with open arms. As we prepared for the grand event at NITI Aayog, one thought was clear: this was more than a meeting. It was a celebration of vision, leadership, and collective efforts. Every face carried hope, every heart carried commitment. The roundtable meet brought together great minds and great ideas. With the presence of respected leaders from across India and innovation lead, the project lead, the mission director, and the CEO, the complete hall is alive with vision and determination. Word of encouragement, stories of impact, and dream for the future echoed in every speech. As the day come to an end, we carried back not just memories but renewed energy and assurance that we are on the right path. That together, mentors, leaders, and dreamers, we are shaping the India of tomorrow. The journey would have not been possible without the leadership of NITI Aayog and the Atal Innovation Mission. As a token of gratitude, I had the honor of personally presenting greeting cards made individually for the mission director, for the CEO, for the project lead. And these cards carried heartfelt messages of appreciation for their vision and leadership. A mentor inspires one, but a visionary inspires a generation. For Mr. Suman Pandit, Innovation Lead. Your support to Adult Tinkering Labs is shaping dreamers into doers. For Mr. Shubham Gupta, the Innovation Lead. Nation building begins with nurturing young ideas, and you have made it possible. For Ms. Deepali Upadhyay, Project Lead. When you invest in children's creativity, you invest in India's future. For Mr. Deepak Bagla, our new mission director. Leadership that empowers young minds is leadership that shapes the nation. This is for our CEO, Shri BVR Subramaniam. Great leaders don't just create policies, they create possibilities. This card was made for Shri Rao Indrajit Singh, who is an honorable minister, but could not give
सर अमरावती महाराष्ट्र आपका नाम सुमित
मैं खाली बोला था तो सुना लेकिन मैं बोला ऐसे
Beautiful girls. Beautiful girls.
ब्यूटीफुल गर्ल बोलने से जो चुप हो गए उनका कैप्चर हो गया ना.
The introduction has to be very very clear. Whatever is your name, spelling is जो फर्स्ट अक्षर है उसके साथ एडजेक्टिव होगा. मैंने एक एग्जांपल दिया, ये एग्जांपल चोरी नहीं होना चाहिए. ब्लॉसम भारती, like she said maybe first alphabet. Like for example, sir, you are Akuri, right? Awesome Akuri. So you will not use awesome and awesome. ठीक है, next number डालता है.
थैंक यू.
अलग है, पान कार्ड में अलग है, कैसे चले?
Sir, that is your problem, see. How can we solve?
Yes, consistent.
Alright, we'll start. Yes.
So my name is Vinod, so you can remember by startup Sudhir. So I work in the startup ecosystem very much, so startup Sudhir.
startup soon.
Adjective and first name.
Beautiful Bharat.
नहीं adjective.
टहलवानी सुमित, टहलते रहो.
सुमित ऐसे होना चाहिए.
ऐसे होना चाहिए.
अच्छी बात है सुन रहे
Literally sensitive सुमित.
Yes, next. बोलिए. Please stand up and say. खड़े हो गए.
डी है यार, डी से शुरू होना है.
आपका एडजेक्टिव डी से होना चाहिए.
मेरा कौन सा
आप डिस्ट्रिक्ट स्ट्रीम एजुकेशन
नाजिम खान.
It starts with N.
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 Nothing नाजिम. हाँ.
Yes, भाई.
Nothing नाजिम.
Great.
जीरो का बहुत वैल्यू है साहब.
विजनरी विनोद.
हाँ?
विजनरी विनोद.
Visionary Vinod, very good. मेरा चुरा लिया. Great.
मैम ने क्या बताया?
चैंपियन चैंपियन.
Very good.
गाइड गौरी दत्त.
Guide body.
सही बात है.
Star Shelly. Wow. Stylish Shelly.
Smiling Sunanda.
अब इनसे क्या बोलेंगे?
Universal.
Unlimited भी बोल सकते
हाँ.
Yes.
Unlimited भी पता.
Unlimited. Very good. Raj.
राजास राजा.
Very good.
राजा स्क्वायर.
राजास राजा.
Vivacious Vijay. Wow.
रॉकिंग राहुल.
अरे वाह.
Astonishing Ayush.
Very good.
स्वीटेस्ट सागर.
Very good.
आसम अबूरी.
Great.
ये नाम बताया.
Now, can you please record mine?
अनंत दास अरविंद.
मैं क्या बोलूँ, मुझे याद ही नहीं है. ये मैंने विजनरी सोचा था. विजनरी विनोद तिवारी. विक्टोरियस विनोद तिवारी. थैंक यू.
So फिर से startup Sudhir.
वेरी गुड. बस आप पे हैं.
Startup.
नहीं.
Beautiful soul Bharti.
बस सारे हो गए हैं? नहीं सब.
Hurry. Aim inspired to innovate with intellectuals in spite of challenges for future generation.
अच्छा बोला संध्या मैडम ने. She has given a good puzzle.
Always be selfless, dedicated, proactive. Always choose the toughest, difficult. So with today's gathering, my takeaway was together we all can do much better than doing individually. So this platform has given a chance to come together, all of us. Thank you.
I see today's learning for me after listening all these three speakers. Respect can never be commanded. It's only can be gained or earned. So today I got to learn respect can never be commanded. It can only be learned, earned or
Today's lesson was to innovate together.
I'm taking a message of, stay committed. Be charged up for more ATL labs in the pipeline. 50,000 is a big number.
It's fine, everybody need not listen to you.
One takeaway: as a mentor, don't expect that other people will listen to you.
Inspiration is the main thing, and meeting together was excellent.
So despite our cribbing about what is there, what is not there when we want to function as mentors, but here when we come, we are like a family, and with that, dil ki bhavna that is there, we are continuing to work together. So something is there, yeah, between all of us.
So my takeaway is there is a possibility I may be wrong.
Curious young minds and experienced mind can shape the future generations.
Greatness of a mentor brings humanity and humility both. Thank you.
More tinkering classes can generate more inventions.
Yes.
There is so much of human bliss in giving back to the society, And secondly, age is just number. I found people who were far more passionate and infectious than what I am at my age. Yeah. A, B, C, D, I. Anybody can do, imagine, innovate, inspire.
आज मैंने एक ही चीज मतलब सीखी तो नहीं मतलब, लेकिन जब मैं बच्चों को कहता हूं कि बेटा क्वेश्चंस पूछो, लेकिन आज मैं क्वेश्चन पूछ नहीं पाया, तो मैं बाहर जाके सर से जाके क्वेश्चन पूछ के आया कि मुझे रिग्रेट ना हो कि मैं बच्चों को बोलता और मैं खुद ना पूछ सका.
For me is I met beautiful people at a one place. I don't think so anytime it would have been possible meeting so many states together at a stage in person. So for me, AIM comes secondary. I met so many people at a time. That was the best takeout for me for today. I don't think so we ever met.
So my takeaway is this Akhand Bharat, where we are together with coordination, cooperation, and yeah, we are here with coordination, cooperation, and collaboration. We can go ahead with the future of nation. So this is what we all are with Akhand Bharat. So clap for all of us. Somebody left here? Oh, sorry. I thought मैं last बच्चों को अखंड भारत का conclude कर देती हूँ.
No worries. One thing I felt today, so I am on a mission to witness developed India in my lifetime. So to meet all of you, I think it's only fueling the machine. So let's all envision a developed India in our lifetimes. Thank you. I'm Suhrut. Okay. It means a good friend.
Subrat. Okay, so
SUHRUTH.
so the message is that be like a child, dream like a child, play like a child, dance like a child, and keep on tinkering so that we can meet again and again and again. Thank you very much.
Let's dance like child.
यंग भी हैं या आपके साथ में हैं, जैसे सुमित टेलवानी, ये काफ़ी साल नदारत मेंटर थे, हिनाए भी हैं जिसके तो कहाँ गए रहते थे, आप लोग विश्वास करें 400 ऑटो टिंकरिंग लैब बनाने वाला बंदा हमारे साथ बैठा है, 400 ऑटो दूसरी बात, ये अमरावती के डेंस फॉरेस्ट एरिया में रहते हैं, अचलपुर के पास में पथवाड़ा गाँव है, जो मेघाट जो फॉरेस्ट्री है उसके बाद आता है, वहाँ से ये अपनी कार से अंडमान निकोबार, दमन, दीव, लद्दाख, ये है सब तरफ जाके 135 अटल लैब्स को ट्रेनिंग देते हैं। वहाँ से लद्दाख जाते हैं।
Yes.
आप में से कुछ लोग नए हैं शायद, में हैं। जब कोविड आया था, कोविड में कुछ काम नहीं था, कुछ नहीं था, हम लोग वापस घूम नहीं पाते थे। एक बंदा सऊदी अरेबिया या मेरे ख्याल से कहीं से आया, यहाँ पर भारत में वापस आया, रिपैट्रिएट होकर आया। उन्होंने उस समय 98 RMC थे, सबके पॉडकास्ट रिकॉर्ड करके तो अभी भी विनोद जी की खासियत है, सबके सारे RMC। मैं उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि इस बार के 124 RMC का पॉडकास्ट करें।
थैंक यू, जरूर।
He was stationed in UAE that time. He was वहाँ UAE से कर रहे हैं। आपने PhD कहाँ की है?
Solar technology.
This is not the end, it is a new beginning. A beginning where every child's idea matters, every mentor's effort counts, and every leader's vision inspires. Together, let us keep igniting young India. As a regional mentor of Gujarat for the past 7+ years, it was a moment of pride to share experiences, challenges, and success stories. Each mentor's contribution become part of a larger vision, an India where young innovators lead the way.
Guys, this is the time to say bye-bye to Delhi. It was a great journey, very nice time, and meeting a lot of people, enjoying the Delhi and enjoying the weather, enjoying the food, everything. It was so great. So this is 8 o'clock of 17th of September, and I'm boarding to go back to Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Bye bye Delhi. Thank you for hosting me. Thank you for hosting all the RMOCs.